as you can see. But if you want to know more, you have to watch the video now. Before we begin, please like, share, and be sure to subscribe to my page and ring the bell to get notification about my next video. There are different kinds of spiritual gifts, but they all come from the same Spirit. Those with the gift speak with wisdom, attain unspeakable knowledge, have great faith, have the power to heal, make miracles, foretell prophecies, see through different realms of reality, sense and feel different spirit in any form or even formless entity, speak different languages. Finally, they can translate any languages, even unknown ones. I have learned to be nonchalant about my gift. I highly encourage questions. However, there are certain questions that I cannot answer. The answers should come from you. Questions such as, how do you know certain things about the spiritual realm? Is one. You should not pursue knowledge. Instead, you should attract it towards you, since when you pursue it, you cannot obtain it. Most of you have negative thoughts and would prefer to be ignorant rather than neutral positive, balance. Which is easier for you, being negative, neutral positive, or positive? Answer this before you read on. Negative is easier than being positive. Being positive means you must clarify your situation. Collaborate and elaborate on this with someone you know who is a positive thinker. Positive thoughts bring positive things, while negative thoughts brings negative things. The universe is an entity that exists, and as a result, since it exists, it can be reasoned with. Do you agree? Reasoning and understanding is possible if the few of us who know are determined or stubborn enough. See, ask, and believe so that you not only can, but that you will receive. To learn a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Certain people will feel threatened and take action. If you can use your mind, you can journey far. There is a connection between your mind and thoughts to the universe's consciousness. All it takes is to turn your mind inside out and step through it. As has been written before, use your higher self to relay the message. If it is too emotional, so that all can understand them as well through these chronicles. When we meet, it should not be because of blind coincidence. It will definitely be part of the divine plan. The divine providence is that everything happens for a reason. I have always been here, I've always existed, and to explain the inexplicable is unexplainable, not clear, conscious, as a result, not easily comprehensible. Every shiver reflects a serious disturbance. When you become aware that there is no alignment in the stars, planet, universe of yourself, you quiver. As an individual, we are split into two non-overlapping parts. An example is the partition of a scene into figures and ground. The letters are foreground or figure. The rest is the background. In nature, comprised of physical matter and spirit, body and soul. Two forces are driven in opposite direction. The battle between matter and spirit creates serious uproar that lies at the root of all existential loneliness and despair. This is more than enough reason to tremble. However, this conflict is not always apparent. Your body reflects your struggle in life resulting from the tension between matter and spirit. Initially, these two worlds do not coexist. Physical matter and spirit are at war with each other. When one rises, the other falls. Everything in your material existence contains divine spiritual energy. You are charged with the mission to extract, redress, and raise the spark to uncover the spiritual opportunity embedded in every experience. You thereby refine the material universe and transform it into its true purpose, a vehicle for spiritual expression. When you ignore your true physical destiny, you offset the universe plan to balance. Every effect affects other events. Your spirit felt something was wrong, terribly wrong, and it tried to warn your physical self. You, on the other hand, ignore it. The universe and your spirit took over without the consent of your physical matter to balance the cosmos by taking away the physical things you had and the people you loved. This led to betrayal. Once the balance is back, it will triple its effect and give you back all you have lost. The same goes for you and for me as well. The universe's material existence was fragile without its connection to its spiritual purpose. You shivered and shocked because of the misalignment of the universe. You shuddered from every painful experience that took place. You trembled when you saw the terrible consequences were for those you love. You shuddered as you realized how difficult, how enormously painful your struggle would be throughout history between the forces of physical matter and the forces of spirit. For you, as I, have always been there. Your shudder continued to reverberate throughout the eons. You are not ready to weave your way through the challenges. Throughout all the havoc, you currently stand at the threshold of a new world. Follow your heart and feel its presence. You should receive a higher energy and integrate the real truth about who you really are. There is nothing strange about it. It is a journey from a deep sleep-like state to a full awakening. The memory of a limitless nature is getting harder and harder to ignore. Have faith in the ability that shines in you. The road you may see might seem different than mine, but there is a route where each of our roads lead to one union. For a long time, our ancient ancestors held the truth in their hands. They could not understand it, but they assumed they could decode it. Now, I have the task to embed it throughout these books for you to find. For you to find it, you must not think, you must trust your knowing. You should each be assigned a hidden code that you shall share with others like yourself, and it is no longer a piece of the puzzle, but the whole. Some of you will claim and assume you know the secrets. However, do not assume you know until all the pieces of the puzzle are aligned as one, since the wise one knows knowledge is endless. Keep alert and do not second guess yourself, for you will be infiltrated. At the right moment, there will be those of you who seek to understand and will do so. There will be those of you who will look without really seeing. There will be those of you who will read or hear without truly listening or understanding, and as such, will not understand the truth. Some of you will pretend or assume to understand. Nevertheless, those who prove their efforts will receive help. Most of those who are around you are just shadows and do not truly exist. Background people. They are but figments of your imagination. What you know is not so. What seems real is not real. Who you represent is not who you really are. Everything you know has been a lie. Time itself in the physical world goes forward, while time in the spiritual world does not even exist, for time is one and has no beginning or end. I want to remind you of the temporal nature of existence. The material world is not your true home. You must never succumb to the illusion that your structure and motive edifice, a complex system of belief, are part of your natural environment. Corporeal, having consistence of or relating to a physical material body as A. Not spiritual, B. Not immaterial or intangible. Life is a means that leads you to a deeper spiritual reality. You are just a traveler in this not permanent material world. You are a spiritual being on a material journey, not a material being on a spiritual journey. We are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Tahar Dechalin, 1881 to 1955. Fighting the illusion of material reality is no simple battle. The physical world has a powerful hold on you, so powerful that it sucks you in like a black hole into its own reality, making you think that this material existence is the only thing that is real. There is a point where you no longer are neutral, balanced, and you become a part of the illusion. You feed it and it feeds you. What you see is not real, and the physical world lies to you. What you believe you see is not necessarily what you get, or is never what you get. It is what you perceive. You create and will this project into existence. This image may or may not reflect your substance within your known conscience or your unknown subconscious. Do you truly believe it was an accident that you are reading this book? When you read, look deeply into the meaning of the words. Deeply because what I receive from a source higher than me, you somehow, unknowingly, have the gift to decipher and decode the truth. These hidden signs or messages have to be deciphered and decoded for the true meaning. The sooner you join me in the search of the truth, and what is right is wrong, and what is wrong is right, the more you will gain in wisdom. The 8 leaders would each double the forces by 8 down the line. All of existence is only an illusion in appearance and does not truly exist. This is to say that the source does not change its necessarily true existence and is exactly the same that it was before creation. There is no space empty of it as it is known. So how did it emanate? Before creation came to be, it had to be emanated. You do not live in a seamless universe, for your physical body hides the spirit within you. The person you trust will stab you in the back. Organized religions and some scientists falsify data. Deception is part of your reality. This does not mean that there is no truth, but that you have to do your own research to know the truth. Do personal research. Forget all you have learned from school, your parents, your history, your religious belief, your philosophy, all you have read, and even what you are reading from my own words. Do extended research by traveling around the world and not believe or take others' concept as yours because you simply cannot comprehend the truth. Existence itself hides its true nature and can deceive you into thinking that nothing exists beyond what you see in the physical world or in other people's worlds. You have to stop falling blindly and truly open your eyes. You have been brainwashed for years, even thousands of years, to have a certain belief passed down from your parents or whoever raised you. All you know has been a lie. You cannot put the blame on those who taught you. They were kept away from the truth, just as you were. Only those in the shadows know as do the ones. What you know is not real. What is good is not good. What is bad is not bad. All belief has been manipulated, twisted, separated, and now it must be returned to one. It has been taken apart thousands of years ago, and now that puzzle is finding its way back into one piece. Am I mad? Maybe so. Maybe it's all a figment of my imagination. But if that is the case, then I want you to explain to me, why has all my theories been documented by others before I even knew, read, or heard of them? To myself, it is my reality and not truly a theory. Did I create this reality to suit my wishes, or was it always here and I just did not notice it? Some of you may read this and ask, what does this have to do with bettering myself or meeting women? Refers to Jake's Hollow Guide on how to persuade women. That is easy to answer since it has evolved into a deeper concept. All I teach will mend together as one. You can create your own temporary reality on a day-to-day basis by intertwining yourself with the universe. I, on the other hand, must go deeper. I require those who know who I truly am to find me and finally complete the ancient task we started thousands of years earlier. In the past, I have let my emotions, physical ego, rule me, but I now fully understand that logic, spiritual, not emotionally, should lead. Jezebel and I are part of the ones. I with both the ones in the shadows. We have always been here. Time is non-defined, and I always return to find those who have always been with me, even if they do not fully remember me as I remember them. My friends, loved ones, and enemies are here. Some disguise themselves as my enemies when they were truly my allies in different timeline and realities. Some of my true enemies came back as apparent of my allies and loved ones to deceive them away from the real purpose with the help of magical means and enchantment. In every timeline, they try to distract me from finishing and becoming who I truly am. Emotion is a weakness that is controllable. Emotions such as love and hate is an illusionary three-dimensional concept only, which was brought by those from the fifth dimension and fourth dimension. However, unconditional love is a fact of erotic energy created between the flow of gratitude and service. Who was I originally? My bloodline has the answer, since my bloodline and my DNA do not lie. It is the abbreviated name for the genetic code, and it is exactly that, a code. It is a molecular string of chemical information. Seeing through this illusion you call reality and seeing what others do not is a gift. For years I saw this as a curse, and as a result I ignored it. Once in a while I see colored aura around people or see mystical being that most cannot see around them. I have an ancient birthmark that has been on my body in every timeline. Time, the way you know it, really skips back and forth in the spiritual realm, not forward as you believe it to be. The best and closest way to help you understand this in a human concept is that 1 through 10 in the physical world goes as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, right? Now, however, imagine that it really was random, as in 4, 5, 1, 3, 6, 8, 2, 7, 10, and 9. That is how it is in the spiritual reality when you choose to return to the physical illusion that you call reality. Believe in who you truly are. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise or stop you. They may try to take away who you are meant to be. However, they can never win if you do not let them. They can break you, or you can be made stronger. It is all your choice. Laugh, smile, think of me as nuts or as a visionary, or less or more. Nevertheless, do your homework before you decide or determine where I fit. I, on the other hand, hope I am just plain crazy, for these prophecies have been foretold thousands upon hundreds of thousands of years. This is overwhelming and is a huge responsibility on my shoulders. Now the question to you is, where do you fit into this? Are you part of reality or an illusion that you believe to be real? You saw yourself asleep in a trance-like state that resembles sleep. You were in a strong state of great mental abstraction on your bed and had an astral out-of-body experience. What is significant is that it did not feel like a dream, nor did it seem like one. You felt weightless as you saw yourself moving higher above your body. You continued going further away, even passing the galaxies and the stars. In contrast, even the universe itself is a place that is brighter than anything you can put into words. In that moment of incredible lightness of being, you felt more conscious and aware than ever before. Though you knew you were in a state of altered consciousness, trance, unconscious, you have never been so attuned to your senses. In that moment, everything became sharper. You became aware of everything, feeling, hearing, and seeing. This was a sense of peace and well-being that you did not know want to end. Over the spiritual plane, you measure time as the past, present, and future with different linear span than on the material physical plane. When you finally returned to your physical body, you felt as if you were gone for hours, perhaps even days or years, while in the physical world, it was only a few seconds or even a few minutes. Every time you experience this, you see it as a privilege of a lifetime. This always leaves you with so many unanswered questions, with so many more to come. In due time, all shall be clear, so observe and give ear to the truth until the appropriate time. Eternity, past and future is the present in the spiritual realm. Very shortly, in the not too distant future, in the physical material world, I will come to you. However, it will not be in the form of religion, nor by advocating any religion. I shall bring you trouble, not peace. Nevertheless, I will show you peace, caring, kindness, love, giving, and sharing. Once again, I am not here to bring you religion. On the other hand, religion is your attempt to reach a higher source some of you call God. I, as a result, an attempt to let you see that something higher than you is determined to reach you. A spiritual energy, a higher power. It doesn't matter how you label it or what you believe. The universe keeps expanding itself and also retracting itself. New universes are being formed as you read. New big bangs are happening outside our universe. The excerpt is taken from The Universal Law of Creation Chronicles, Book 2, Time is an Illusion. So for more detail, pick up the book.
These are Gino's brand names. Follow Gino on the following social networks as well as allow notifications. You contact Gino on Facebook Messenger. If you enjoy our videos, please click like. We encourage you to share your comments. Thank you for your support and for sharing this video.
Follow my page.